Good morning, everyone. We are doing Light the Torches today, I think all day today. So I want to say, first of all, what is today? Happy Tuesday. I think we're at Tuesday.
Tuesday.
We have a super exciting announcement. I am here today with Denise Clifford, and she is going to light the torch today for her upcoming book releasing next Tuesday called The DeeCluttered Effect. And Denise is from New Jersey. She's a proud mom of two, and she is quite the organizer. So please join us as we light the torch with Denise today. It is a special day. Hi, good morning.
Hi, good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
No, thank you. I'm excited. So I think we have some fans of yours who are going to pop on the screen. So I'll bring them in as we're going along here once they get settled in. So you have this book that's coming out next Tuesday called The DeeCluttered Effect. But before we talk about that, let's talk about all things Denise. So you're from New Jersey.
I am born and raised.
You. So let's take it back to the beginning. What got you involved, or what made you want to be a professional organizer?
Oh, well, and I talk about this in my book. I think, my love for organizing and the real root and the passion comes just from a childhood of being organized. And, to touch on it lightly, because I want everybody to go out and get the book and read my story. I am the child of an immigrant mother from the Philippines. And my father, was Italian born and raised. And hi, Mom and Dad, I know you guys are watching. So we had an accident. My father was in a tragic car accident when I was about 4. And, not to get into all the details, but it put us in a position where, organization in the home was not really a priority. And I naturally kind of did that even prior to this time. And I just continued to do it. And I saw the effect it had on my parents, on my family, just to be so helpful. So I just kept doing it. And I, grew into this sort of organizer of my home. And then as I became an adult, I just adapted and continued to embrace this sort of tendency. And then, lo and behold, I started organizing my family's extended family's homes, my friends' homes. And then it kind of got to a point where word got out. And now I'm having people who are like, I'll pay you to do this. And my business began. And thankfully, COVID has been a horrible time for so many people, but I was able to capitalize on that sort of part of our lives now, and the growth and the boom of the organizing industry, because people are in their homes now. They're seeing like, oh, wait, this is really affecting my life and my attitude. How can I fix that? And here I am.
So you wrote something that really caught my attention. Declutter your space, free your mind, and transform your life. And I kind of want to break that down with you. So when you talk about decluttering your space, obviously you're talking in the sense of, yes, getting things organized, right? But are you also speaking metaphorically in the sense of mental mindset?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, even just personally, when my space, whether it's my, an office desk or my bedroom or the kitchen counter, when that is cluttered or a mess, and I know this resonates with so many people and is, a problem of a lot of my clients, it gets in your head, you get stressed out about it, you can't move as quickly. So it's not just the space in front of you, it's the space in your mind that's, should be focusing on other things. And it's not, it's focused on the clutter that's you're surrounded by.
So let's talk about freeing your mind. How can we free our minds by decluttering Like what is like one of the simplest, or I should say, let me backtrack. So when we're talking about organization, what is the number one thing that people ask you to come in and organize? I'm so curious.
To be honest, the one thing that people are so excited about, and if I showed you my phone, I have text messages from family members, from friends, from clients, pictures of their dresser drawers. So, hey, hi.
Am I supposed to be here?
Sure, you're welcome to join the party and ask questions and support. Of course, you're the only one with your camera on, so that's why I brought you
Oh,
on.
really? Oh, okay.
Go
Ladies
ahead.
and gentlemen, this is my father-in-law, Peter Clifford.
Hi.
Good morning.
Morning.
So you were saying.
So I was saying, so if I showed you my phone, it's literally it's the dresser drawers, whether it's children's drawers or people's master bedroom drawers. It's how to fold and how to really make it like tight and visible. Really, it's about creating visibility. So I think that people are so proud of themselves when they get the file fold down, because I'm a huge believer that in any drawer, you should really be file folding. It gives you visibility to what's inside. It makes, retrieving and putting things away that much easier. It makes packing so much easier, and it gives you so much space back. I remember I had helped my nieces, helped organize my niece's bedroom, and her face just lit up when she saw, even her mom, my sister-in-law, lit up when she saw, you literally will get back about more than half of a drawer if you fold things correctly. So I think people are always like, how do I do my drawers? How do I do my drawers? Because I think that's an easy and a quick win, which makes you feel good. And that kind of, it rolls over into the rest of your day because, and I talk about this in my book, getting dressed, whether it's before bed or before you start your day, can really trip you up and can really cause a delay in frustration because you're like, oh, where's that shirt? I know I have this one. And then now you're rifling through and you're creating more of a mess that now later I have to clean that up. And oh my goodness, now I have laundry to do. So it creates almost a waterfall of thoughts and chaos and, clutter of the mind. So I think the dresser is definitely it's definitely one of the top spots that people are excited about.
I always thought, in the sense of, well, first of all, I was in New York a few weeks ago and there's not a lot of space, right? Like I came home and I was like, oh my gosh, I can never take my closet space for granted again. However, when I walk in my closet, it's like something from the Harry Potter movie or it's the abyss, right? So I was looking over some of your tips, some of your hacks, and one thing that really caught my attention was drawer dividers, shelf dividers. And I'm like, wow, that's a thing, you know? So I got excited, but really what you're saying is, if your surroundings aren't organized, your mental side is not organized either, which leads me to my next thing. So you talk about transform your life, and this is part of your book. Talk to me about that. Let's dive deep in that one.
Well, I think, and what I find with all of my clients is that they're excited to get their space organized. They're finally, a lot of people I find are hesitant to get extra help because they think I can do this on my own. This isn't that difficult. And everyone can do it on their own, which is what I think I drive home in the book. But sometimes, and the majority of my clients just don't have time. And that's really a big challenge for people, is finding the time. So it's really about setting aside the time. But when they do either take that first step to hire me or take the first step to do it on their own, it's transformative because you're once you get your space in order, you're able to do so many other things, because the time that you spend either stressing about the space or not being able to accomplish things or wasting it looking for something, I mean, it has such a ripple effect into our life that once you get even just a glimpse of, oh, wow, this was so much easier than it was before because I'm not doing XYZ now. Once you have that feeling, you can either, one, you have a sense of relief, but two, you can also devote that time to doing anything else that you either wanted to do, have put off to do, have always dreamed of doing. So really it's life-changing when you do it, whether it's in a small way or a big way.
So my next question is, we have this book that you've written and it comes out Tuesday. What made you finally decide to share your strategies, your tips, and talk about the decluttered effect? What prompted you to write a book?
Well, I think, I have a 7-year-old daughter, and, we are fairly new to our community, really getting involved with, the school and the sports and the town. And as I met more young parents, and as my business has been growing phenomenally, I found myself repeating the same things over and over. And I found myself, I was like a broken record. And I try to remember who I tell these things to. And I'm like, stop me if I've told you this already. Or, even just friends or people that I meet will be like, oh, when they find out what I do, they're like, I have this, like, what do I do with this? And I'm giving the same tips. And with clients, I even started, printing out paperwork, which again is against my philosophy. It's like, get rid of the paperwork. But here it's like, I'm a broken record. These are my tips. And so I kind of was like, you know what? I have enough here, I feel, to share it with people, because I tell my clients all the time, once, you work with me and we do one area of your home, you are going to have this impetus to take it on yourself. You're going to see how easy it is. You're going to feel the joy and feel the impact and see instant results on your life, that you're going to start doing things on your own. And I'm telling you, every single time it happens, I get text messages from clients, look what I did, or I'll come back for, a follow-up, or to kind of maintain. I have a lot of repeat clients where we do maintenance and something else that they've done on their own. And they're so proud of themselves because it's that easy. So I'm like, you know what? I can help guide you as I guide my clients on their journey. I can help other people as well, because it's really, I don't know, I really just get such a joy out of helping people with something that I find pretty easy.
So I have a 10-year-old, and I told her, I think as a mom, all moms want to know, I feel like this is a universal question, why do kids not like to keep their rooms cleaned? Why don't they like the decluttered effect? Right?
I mean, it's the same reason why adults don't want to keep their room clean, I mean, it's like celebrities are just like us. Kids are just like us too. I mean, I want somebody to clean up after me. And if mom and dad are going to do it, they're not dumb. They're smart. They push their boundaries. And, I think it's natural for them. And like I talk about in my book, tchotchkes are natural for them. Little things that are important. I mean, even me as a child, I remember I had all these little things that I collected and I loved, and they were so important to me. And it's the same for them. So I think that they, when mom and dad are doing it for them, they're gonna leave their room a mess. And my kids too. My kids, I think they're the children of a professional organizer. So I don't think that they're the norm, but they definitely are, they're children. So they are still messy. The playroom looks like a bomb exploded, and their bedrooms, I stub my toe on whatever figurine is on the floor. But they get excited when they're organized. They get excited when they, put their things away and they show me, or when they fold their clothes, they get excited because we've kind of instilled that in them. And from a young age, it was, getting them involved and walking through it with them with this is where it goes, or, assigning a home to things for them. And I say this to my clients all the time. Your children don't leave a mess at school. They don't leave a mess at daycare. They are capable of putting things away. It's whether or not you enforce it, whether it's a rule, whether it becomes, just a part of their daily life. And they're kids, they're going to be running around. And as parents, we have thousands of things on our schedule. So, sometimes things don't get put away right away, especially around the holidays. But it's about, repetition and, enforcing in a kid-friendly way that this is where it belongs. And I have so many tips and tricks on how to really drive that home with them, with games that we play and little fun things to make it less of a chore and more of just a part of life and part of your daily routine. And it's the same for adults. I mean, when adults are kind of making the shift into becoming more organized, we have to reprogram too. Mm-hmm. So while I'm a huge advocate of starting children young, I totally agree that at any age you can really, using the right tools, get them to kind of shift their gears as well.
So there is hope for us moms of young ones.
There's hope. There's always hope.
And you know what? You're so right, because I asked my Sophia, I go, why do you not do this at school? She goes, well, Mom, they're strict there. And I was like, oh, so I need to be more strict. Okay, got it. Check.
Yep.
So there is hope. You're teaching, very simplified ways to get these kids, I think getting kids involved in their cleaning, making it a fun act is great. But I also think adults have to do the same thing. Like we have to be mentally prepared to go in and reorganize something, which following this book, being in the development side of it, like getting to read what you're writing, I'm like, oh, wow, I never thought of that. Like when you shared, how to fold t-shirts and get more space in your drawers, I was like, oh my gosh, like all the light bulbs went off at the same time, and I was able to actually show my 10-year-old how to do that. And by the way, that is the cleanest part in her room, is her little cubby. And like how you showed, how to do the t-shirts, and she implemented it.
Oh, that's wonderful.
It was an aha moment. But I have to ask, out of all the things that you've done, everything that you've organized, the people that you've worked with, what is your most absolute favorite part of this?
It's like the reveal. The reveal, I mean, even if I'm doing something in my house and I pull my husband, I'm like, look what I did. Look at the new drawer organizer I got. I'm such a nerd. But it's the reveal. It's when, I can bring the client in and it's that open door and they see. And I mean, some clients are more enthusiastic than others. And some I've even had tears, and that is the best feeling, because I know I'm proud of it, but when they see their space, it's really, that's my best part of the job.
Oh, I love that. So because you are this professional organizer and like, that is just your jam. Are you more like, if your husband said, hey, Denise, you know what, let's go to Sephora or let's go to Home Depot, I got to know, which one are you choosing?
Oh, well, that's really hard, because now you're tapping into like my previous life. So I was a beauty and fragrance and cosmetics buyer for about 14 years. So I worked in luxury, I worked in off-price. And so cosmetics is also my jam. So Sephora or Home Depot, I guess where I am in my life now, it's probably Home Depot.
I love it. Yeah. For me, it's definitely Home Depot. I love to create and find new stuff. So you recently shared some tips and things. You were published in Home and Gardens, which I thought, wow, how incredible.
It was exciting. Yeah.
Yeah, New York Post. I mean, your word, like everything that you're doing is really getting out there. How do you feel about that?
It's really exciting. It's kind of surreal, but I'm really proud of where I've come, and so thankful to all my clients. And I mean, a lot of my business has been word of mouth. So to be able to grow is really a testament to my community and the area, and friends and family who have just put the word out. So it's really exciting and humbling, because I just have such a great support system. So I'm really happy.
Well, we're happy for you and very excited for the book to come out. It comes out, as I said, Tuesday. You're going to be in ebook sales for 2 full weeks. So we want everyone to get their hands on this book and really like support what you're doing, get familiar with who you are. Like there's so many exciting things coming up. Like I know you have a book signing, an in-person book signing in Miami.
Yeah, I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, let's talk about that for a second.
Yeah, so one of my best friends is the owner of Curio at the Faena Bazaar. I have her featured in the book. She's my go-to when it comes to fashion. And so I'm just honored that she's able to share in this moment with me. And so we're going to have a book signing there at her store. It's a beautiful space. It lends itself nice to, getting intimate and meeting me and seeing, the culmination of the book. So it's exciting. And I think we're going to have a great time.
Yeah, we are. It's going to be a great event. Super excited for it. So when you're not organizing, what do you do in your downtime? What do you do for fun?
For fun, well, I have 2 small children, so they are my life. They take up my life. I'm chauffeuring, snack making, playing games, coaching their sports, and spending time with them and family. So I love to do, that's my world. And I think that family, for my husband and I, we both come from very big families. So I think spending time with our families is such an important part of our lives. And, I think that's really where, when I have downtime on the weekends, that's what we look forward to, going out to restaurants and checking out new places, definitely part of it all, but it's really about spending time with my family.
So if there's anything that you want your readers to get from this book, what is one thing that you hope is like a major takeaway for them?
I think that it can be done, that it's not, while, and maybe this isn't great for my business, it can be done on your own, and that there are simple ways to do it. There are so many tools out there that can help guide you and give you confidence in the process. And that that there's such a joy and a relief to getting organized, to getting your space organized, and the ripple effect that you can have on your own life. It's impactful.
So with this project that you're working on in this book release, what is one of the biggest goals that you have?
I mean, I obviously want the book to be successful. But I hope that it actually, translates into success in, the everyday home. I want to see people tagging me in their photos, hashtag I got decluttered. I want to see people being able to take my process and the guidance that I'm giving and apply it to their own lives. And I want to see, success. I want to be able to provide that for people. So that would be huge success for me if I had hundreds of hashtag tags and, success stories that come from the book.
Mm-hmm. And there throughout the book is, there's so many different, I love how you simplified it, because I really feel like in this day and time, especially moms, we are looking for simplistic ways to get decluttered, to save time. Like I call them mom hacks. we're always looking for something to really help us because we wear so many hats at one time. That I want to be the mom. And I know a lot of moms feel this way. We don't want to go to bed so stressed and so tired thinking of all the to-do list for the next day. And like the to-do list gets bigger and bigger. So getting decluttered is that, free your mind, clear your space, transform your life. Like those are all things that matter. And I know that you really, really dive deep into it throughout the book. But what is one small, little, teeny, tiny, I guess, preview that you could share with the audience that's in the book that you would say most people are just going to be like, oh my gosh, it's that simple. Like it is something I can do myself.
I feel like the Sunday reset is such I feel like there's also a new boom with it. I mean, we always talked about this, even when I was in corporate America, it's the Sunday scaries,
Mm-hmm.
You go to bed on Sunday night and you are dreading the week ahead. You're stressed out. So, what do? I mean, you're in your 20s, so you just drink yourself to sleep and you deal with it in the morning, right? Take an Advil, fine. But, as parents, as moms, I think the best way to get ahead of it is to really take the time on Sunday to figure out what trips you up during the week and what do you have ahead of you. So to figure out what events you have, list those down, make sure that you're prepared as much as possible, and to do a real clean sweep of the home. And it can be surface. It doesn't have to be, I'm going to reorganize my home Sunday night so that I'm ready for Monday. It's wiping down the surfaces, trying to prepare lunch prior if you have little ones going to school. Even yourself, you can meal prep. Taking out the garbage, doing a load of dishes, getting at least a load of laundry in. I advise and I try to get a load in each day, but definitely on Sunday, get one in to have a nice win. Clear up all of the toys or the tchotchkes or things that are on the floor, and not necessarily put everything away, but at least corral them into a bin or to something that where they're out of the way and I have a clean space, because there's nothing better than waking up to a clean home. And so, right. And if you know what you have ahead of you and you're at least prepared, like, okay, I have this on Wednesday, Thursday. Okay, I have the birthday party on Friday. Do I have the gift for it? No, but I have time Wednesday to get it. Write that down. Make sure that you're ahead of whatever's on your schedule. So I think that's probably one way to really alleviate a bit of stress, especially on one of the most stressful days of the week.
Sunday reset. So for those who are listening or going to catch the replay, make sure you check that part of the book out, The Decluttered Effect Sunday Reset. So how can people find you? I know we know you have social media. We know you have a website. Let's share that.
So I have my social media. So I'm D.Cluttered on Instagram. I'm on Facebook as well. And my website is DeeCluttered.com. You can reach me at Denise at DeeCluttered. And, my business number's there on the website if you want to give me a call. But yeah, looking forward to hearing feedback and seeing all of those before and after pictures on their transformation journeys.
So we have this hashtag and I see someone shared it. Let me see if I can filter it in. Let's see if we can show it. So hashtag I got decluttered. I love the fact that your book is so interactive in the sense of like you're actually doing call to actions with the reader. You're making it simplified where they can actually do what you're sharing. I think it's really important to connect with the readers and for them to be able to say, I can do that. So it's not going to take your job away. I really think what's going to happen is it's going to take off like crazy. And, there are a lot of organizers, right? But everyone has their special way. Everyone connects with someone different. But I really just feel in my heart that this is going to do incredible. I think we're going to see hashtag I got decluttered all over with before and after pictures. And as Denise mentioned, please share them Once you get your hands on the book, you can even take a picture with the book and say, hey, I got the book. I'm ready to do, the journey with you. So the book comes out next week, Tuesday. It's going to get published in 13 countries. So therefore, no one has an excuse not to get the book.
Exactly. Go out and get it.
Get the book. I always say, get the book, gift the book, read the book, become a part of what Denise is sharing. And not only that, but then 2 weeks after ebook comes out, then paperback comes out where you can actually get your hands on it. You have the opportunity to go see Denise in person in Miami. I know she's got some things cooking back home in New Jersey. You can get a personally signed book from her. So there's a lot of ways to get involved with Denise. So I'm very excited. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
You'll be seeing a lot more of her across the She Raises Studios platform. We have some panel discussions, like we're really going to dive into, once the book is released, of course, certain topics where Denise is an expert at. And we're just very honored and excited to be a part of this with you. And you have so many family members on here today cheering you on, and friends. And, it's an exciting time for you. So what is one last thing you'd like to share with the audience today?
Well, thank you to my family and friends and all of my clients who are on. So I appreciate all of you. Again, I just think that the biggest takeaway should be that it's possible to do it on your own. It's possible to have big changes with, simple and minimal effort, and that it's easier than you think.
All right, so let's get decluttered. Thank you so much, Denise, for coming on today.
Thank you so much for having me. It was so much fun. I enjoyed talking with you.
Yeah, you're like an expert. So not only are you an expert declutter person, you're an expert on the screen. Like it's so fun to talk to you. And
Thank you. No, you made it easy. So, you can't bottle that up. So thank you.
You look gorgeous.
You do too. Black.
Celebrate, because there's so much good stuff coming, and I'm excited for you. I really am.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Means the world.
Bye, everyone. Make sure you #decluttered, and we'll share this in the notes too. Bye, everyone.